Welcome. You're listening to The Radke Show with David and Melissa Radke. But I had to literally end up buying, I had to buy a collar with a bell.
You didn't have to.
No, David. My whole plan on going into PetSmart was to go in and get a flea collar, a good old generic flea collar. Not that the cat has fleas, but it was a way to tell one cat apart from another cat. And do you know what flea collars run? Do you have any idea?
They're kind of pricey.
They are crazy pricey. So I literally for $9 had to get one with pictures of tuna on it, had to get a collar with tuna on it and a bell.
She's not going to like that.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Radke Show. I'm Melissa Radke. This is David. We have so much to get to today, but what we are talking about right now can't be glossed over. We have a stray cat that has come
black kitty, nah, 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 nah.
Has come up into our life. It needs a home. It needs community, and we're going to give it to it. Problem is, it looks identical to our other outside cat. And before you come at us for having an outdoor cat, we live on a lot of property.
I'm sorry. Who would come after us for?
David, we're going to talk today about the internet and the people that the internet holds in its arms. And I'm going to tell you, there are people. Okay. Why do you have an outside cat? Don't you have an air conditioner? It's so hot for them outside. You just can't be too sure. So I'm just saying, like, we have to have.
Say to those people, bring it.
You have to have snake killers outside when you live in the country. And our black cat, Harry, is a snake killer. But now there's another stray cat that has come up and it's black too. We cannot tell them apart.
I can if you look them directly in the eye.
I'm gonna tell y'all what David said.
One of them, our current cat, or the cat we've had for a long time, Harry. Remy named her for
Harriet the Spy.
Harriet the Spy. We agreed to it because we call her Dirty Harry.
Dirty Harry.
Because she just rolls around.
She rolls in the dirt.
She's actually a pretty little cat, but her eyes are a certain color green.
That's not what you said.
This new cat has like neon green. That's the first thing I said. Then,
keep going.
Then the other day I said, I was looking closer and I think the new kitty might be a touch cross-eyed.
David said, I think the new cat's got a lazy left. Got a little bit of a lazy eye. Well, we're glad you're here today. We have lots to get to, lots to talk about. But you know what we did this morning, y'all? We got rid of our car. Well, I mean, the engine blew out, so our car got rid of our car. But
our car got rid of us.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where I don't even know what's happening here. Like David's like, I found someone to buy the car. Okay, the car can't run. It smokes when you drive it. All right. I don't know who he sold it to, but a wrecker came and picked it up, and then they gave us a check for a whopping $1,500. $1,580, to which we said, what do we need in town? And we went to go have a really sweet breakfast.
So now we have $1,560,
I know. We went and had a really great breakfast, and then we went to PetSmart, and that's when I got we're going to put a collar on Harry so that we can tell her apart, so that we're not judging cats by whether or not they're cross-eyed. Okay? We're going to judge it by which one has on the little thing.
I'm not saying we're judging it by being cross-eyed, but if you got a kid and one of their ears is significantly higher than the other, you notice it. You don't judge them by the...
Speaking of that, there was a viral video. I said viral. I don't know why. There's a video that went crazy the other day on TikTok. People were dying laughing. A dad was grilling. There was like several neighbors that had come over for a backyard grill. And the dad was grilling. He was flipping burgers. And the mom comes up and says, hold the baby for just a second. And he's like, okay. And he continues to hold the baby, David, for probably, I don't know. He cooked them burgers for a long time. Okay. And Another mom from the party comes up and says, "Are you getting whiny? Do you need me to take you?" And he goes, "Well, if you want to take her." And he looks down. He wasn't even holding his own baby. It took him that long to realize that wasn't even his kid. So
Did his wife hand him the child?
the wife handed him the child and he didn't even take a second look at it. And he just held on to it, which makes me think how many people maybe have been abducted by men who just didn't know. Do you know what I'm saying?
I didn't mean
Kids
to
are
take this
abducted
child.
left and right. And there could be a very good chance that a man got home and went, "I could have sworn this was my kid. Its ears were a little bit lower on one side than the other." I mean,
But now that I'm here and it's not, I guess I'll just make a place in the basement for it.
now that it's not, I'm gonna place it downstairs with nothing but a chain.
I do feel like I
Clearly,
need to,
David and I have been watching a lot of Law and Order.
I do feel also I need to make this clear because evidently not everyone gets our sense of humor or our sarcasm. So I guess on every podcast we do or every post we do, we're going to have to put a disclaimer for people that just don't get it.
Which leads us to our topic for today. So I'm going to give you a little backstory. I told David before this podcast episode that, David, I want to go there. I want to talk about it. David isn't comfortable talking about this topic very much because David isn't comfortable with anything that he thinks might hurt me. If it's going to hurt me, if talking about it is going to hurt me, if bringing it up if rehashing it's going to hurt me, he doesn't want. And instead of, and I truly believe, well, first of all, I know his heart, and his heart is for me all the way. Okay. But I actually think this is kind of a man thing. Instead of going, "Baby, I don't want to talk about that because it might hurt you," he just gets furious. So he said to me in the car, "No, we're not going to talk about that." And I said, "We are." Because it's an interesting topic. I really think it is. I think you guys are going to be interested in what a moment of virility on the internet looks like. And B, we're going to talk about it because it is a part of my job and we're going to discuss it. And C, I think there's things people need to know that are not openly discussed. And welcome to my forum, not your forum, my forum. And so we're going to talk about it. David goes, "We're not going to talk about it the whole time because we need to have some fun." We're going to get to fun, but let's go. Are you ready?
I am. I would.
Here we go.
I would echo what you said. I don't ever want to rehash things where it, stirs up emotions for you that don't need to be stirred up. But also, it also shows my side of humanity because my anger is real, and I know it's not Christ-like things that I want to do to people. Although, I know he's a merciful and gracious God, so he might forgive me if I did some of those. But yeah, it does push a button. But ignorance has always kind of pushed my buttons.
Okay, here we go. Take it to me. Let's look directly in this camera. I have several different social media platforms. I have about 400,000 that follow me on TikTok. I have about 630,000 that follow me on Facebook, about 120,000 that follow me on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel of about, what would we say now, 10,000?
Yeah.
And, but I post primarily on Facebook, always have. One of the reasons that I post primarily on Facebook is because an older demographic is on Facebook, meaning that if I post something on Instagram, there's a very good chance my parents won't see it. And I want my parents to be able to see it. I want my Aunt Melba to be able to see it, especially on a post like this one that we're about to talk about. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you may think to yourself, "Wait, am I missing out on something?" If you follow me on TikTok, am I missing out? Does she only post on? No, I post all over the place. I've started to post, honestly, the most on Instagram. But on a day like this, which is about a week and a half ago, was the first day of school. Remy had started college and Rocco was heading into his junior year. And I noticed that on Facebook, every year, people always put back to school pictures of their kids. And so I wanted to do that. And Facebook was the place to do it. So I texted my son's girlfriend. They had met for breakfast at Chick-fil-A really early on that first day of school morning. And I texted her and said, did you get any cute pictures of Rocco? I would love to post one of you guys for a back to school pic. To which she said, sure. And she sent me a picture. It's a picture of them standing outside of Chick-fil-A. And I knew inevitably what would happen would be that a million people would say, is that Remy? That doesn't look like Remy. I thought Remy went off to college. So I wanted to go ahead and stop that in its tracks and say, here's Rocco. Isn't he adorable? And this is also his girlfriend. And in usual Melissa fashion, I made a post about how wonderful Rocco is, how adorable Rocco is, and how he has now had a girlfriend for 2.5 years.
And for quick clarity, for Rocco's sake, Taylor looks nothing like his sister.
But you know people, David. They see a cat with a lazy eye. The next thing you know, they can't tell people apart. Okay. I went on to talk about the fact that they have been together for a very long time. And I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm doing well. Considering all my girlfriends my whole life have told me, Lord, you love that boy so much. I don't know what in the world you're going to be like as a mother-in-law or a girlfriend mother-in-law. And I think I'm doing pretty dang good. I made a very sarcastic, all in good fun kind of post about Rocco. And all Rocco is, and everything Rocco is. And Rocco is so great. And I love Rocco. And I even smell Rocco's shirts before I put them in the washing machine. Halt. Do I smell Rocco's shirts before I put them in the washing machine?
I think everyone smells Rocco's shirt. Not here, but just,
Come back. Touche. If you know me at all, you know I don't smell Rocco's shirts. This in itself is called satire for the adults who might be listening. I then go on to say that since Taylor is over at my house so much, I've given her a chore list. This isn't entirely a lie. Taylor is at our house a lot. And Taylor is also very, very quick to say, Miss Melissa, you want me to help you with the dishes? Miss Melissa, I'll take that out. Miss Melissa, I just filled up that trash bag. Let me take it out. Is that a chore list for her, or is that her just being very polite and respectful? It's that one. But that doesn't sound near as funny. So I said I made a chore list for her. I also said that we have her on Live 360 so we can constantly know where they are. That's not a lie. Would you like to know why? Taylor offered that. Because that's the kind of girl Taylor is. Taylor is from a very good home, from very good people. She has very good manners. David and I have often talked about what if our son ends up marrying her and then we high five each other? Okay? We would feel very lucky. The post that I made was really a post about how I was making fun of myself. I was saying things like, I smell his laundry. I sit between them on the couch. I don't sit between them on the couch. The couch doesn't recline. I have a recliner. I mean, these are all things that are meant to make fun of me. And then I end with, look at how handsome he is. Isn't he so great? He's the one on the right. The other one is Taylor. And all of a sudden the comments start flooding in. Girl, you are so sarcastic. Girl, you are so funny. Oh, girl, this sounds exactly like something I would put up about my boy and his girlfriend. Oh, be careful. I'm a girl who met my husband in the 9th grade. We're still together after 40 years. The comments rolled in and everybody was having a great, great time. Here's what you need to know. 3 days before that post, I made a video of me praying online. David, can you explain to the people why I am praying online? Because still to this day, I don't know.
I just feel like you really.
It is weird to me.
It is. Well, it's not ever weird to pray. I can see why you would say it's weird to pray online, because maybe it's not a place a lot of people go for prayer or to pray. But it's also not in your, it's in your disposition. You pray all the time. But as far as being online, what you've always done is primarily humor, a little bit of heart with encouragement and, maybe motivation kind of stuff, but not what you've been doing, but it's something that you feel was laid on your heart, and the response has been really
Crazy,
good,
yeah.
really good as far as that.
I mean, it felt really weird to me. There's a reason why I'm going back a couple of days from the back to school post. So just hang on. I'm going somewhere with that. But it's important that you know that on the Monday before the back to school post, I had put out my first online prayer. Again, that was kind of foreign for me. I didn't feel comfortable doing that, but I did, in fact, feel like it was something that God had laid on my heart. And it did great. It had a lot of traction. People were sharing it, people were commenting on it. I never care. I never look to see how many shares I have, but I do look at the activity and the engagement because I know every time there's activity and engagement, it's not just my followers who are getting to see it, it's other people as well. And if I'm going out on a limb and I'm going to pray online for things that I feel like God has led me to pray for, it's nice to see that there's some engagement. Facebook also liked the fact that it had engagement. In fact, it liked it on that Monday night when I posted a prayer, and it liked it on that Tuesday night when I posted a prayer, and it liked it on that Wednesday night when I posted a prayer. Facebook got really excited about the fact that there was engagement. And they got so excited that this is what they did. And David and I are going to explain this to you all. We're going to talk about the viral post of the back to school post, and then we are never talking about it again. But every question you have, if you live in this town, shall be answered on this podcast. Facebook got so excited that my prayer videos were doing well that it decided to do something that it doesn't often do. It lifts the gates. It changes up the algorithm. Whereas a lot of times the Facebook algorithm does not move in your favor, when it begins to show that you've got traction and you're doing something important, even if that thing is prayer, it will change the algorithm on your behalf. And it's a little bit like lifting up a gate so that people can come through more. Is that a good analogy to use, Dave? Or maybe like lowering the drawbridge, right? So more people can have access to the kingdom. Okay? To the castle. And so it began to do that on the day of the back to school post. And what was meant to be all in good fun. And in fact, what was meant to not really talk about Taylor that much because she's private and to just all be about Rocco, they lowered the drawbridge and everybody was able to come in. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. David and I have a saying that
I mean primarily peasants.
David and I have a saying that we use to describe people that are beyond the circumference of who follows me online. So when you are a social media influencer and you have a following of 636,000 people like I do, those are 636,000 people that are generally for you. They like you. They follow you. They're curious to see what you would say. They want to see how your kids are growing up. They want to know what recipe you made last week. They're generally your fans and your friends. But then there's a circumference outside of them. And it's those people that are friends with those 636,000. So Marcy May follows me and she likes my recipes and she likes to know what I'm doing with my hair this week. But then Marcy May has 6 sisters and 4 cousins, and now they are in a circumference outside of that. And those cousins and those people don't necessarily see my stuff. It's not that they're not friends, not that I wouldn't even like them, but they don't choose to follow me, and so I don't know them very well. But then there's a circumference outside of them. And that's the group David and I like to call Walmart After Dark. These are people we ain't never seen in our life. They don't live in our town. They don't live in our city. They don't live in our region. They don't know Marcy May. They certainly don't know me. They don't know David. They have no idea who Rocco is. They are simply people who were walking by when the drawbridge went down.
And for clarity, we love Walmart.
Actually, I love Walmart.
We love
in a way
Walmart.
y'all don't understand. Like, I want to do ads for them.
And the main reason, they're one of the few that's open 24 hours a day.
Why are you explaining that?
Or it would be, I don't know. I just wanted to clarify. This has nothing to do with that. It's just,
Okay.
you've all seen these posts, the people that
7-Eleven after dark. It could be anything that's open. McDonald's after dark. Okay, are we happy now? Because of the algorithm, the drawbridge went down. And it went down on a post about my kids. It went down on a post that was meant in good fun and to hold some semblance of privacy for sweet Taylor, who I kind of hope becomes my daughter-in-law, but I love her with all my heart, who comes from good people, who comes from people who love the Lord with all their heart and soul. And they aren't the least bit familiar with Facebook and Instagram and algorithms. And what happened was there was 99% of people who had read that post. Marcy May had read it, and her friends had read it, and all the 600,000 people had read it, and 99% of them absolutely loved it. There was a couple of grumps in there who were like, I think they don't dress like they should for the first day. What are they doing at Chick-fil-A? I don't think they should do that. They serve breakfast at school. There were a couple of them. But 99% of the people loved it. And even the people past Marcy May, her cousins and her sisters and her stepsisters, even they liked it. But when the algorithm changed and the drawbridge went down, people came in with pitchforks, and they did it on a post about my kids. And this is where David comes in, because David is both an attorney and a manager. David is both sensible and responsible. David is both fiery, but full of wisdom. And David says, you don't reply back. You just don't ever reply back. But what happens, Dee, when the comments turn incestuous? When the comments become more than, you sound like a mother-in-law that would be so overbearing, run, Taylor, run, into, they've looked up the fact that my child is adopted. They've done their research, and they're in there with their pitchforks, and they're talking about incestuousness. And you still don't want me to reply.
No, absolutely not. Because it's a waste of breath when you are, to be honest, when you're dealing with that level of person, and any person that made that comment and is hearing me say this and take offense to it, I'm very glad you take offense to it. And I'm very glad you are not in our circumference. And I'm very glad that you don't think what we do or what Melissa writes is funny. Leave. Because those people are not worth, to be honest, they're not even worth this breath of us talking about it. This is really more for you guys if you saw it or you didn't see it or whatever the case is. But it's just a complete waste of breath to do that, you know? And so...
and you've taught me that over the years, because there's been many, 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 many times. Oh, I can think of one right now. That I wanted to comment on. And you've never let me reply. And the not replying has been to the betterment of my mental health.
Yeah, you just go down a bad path, and it just doesn't, there's no benefit to it. Now, those people, I love blocking those people.
Yeah.
And any profiles they may make in the future, because you know what? This is our front porch.
Yeah.
And although we, have hopefully built a big enough table, everybody feels like they can come sit down with us. It's still our front porch. And if you act like a moron or other words I'm not going to say on our front porch, yeah, I'm going to ask you to leave.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's so sad when things turn like that. It'd be a fascinating psychological,
wouldn't it,
thing, because then all of a sudden something that maybe some people just didn't find it funny. That's not their sense of humor.
Right.
Okay, fine. Keep on moving or whatever, or don't show me any more posts like this.
Right.
But when they, again, like you said, go to the next level and start talking about those kind of things, it's like, where did you get this? Where, you got this because somebody else gave you this thought and spent no time on, looking at, okay, who is this person I've never seen before?
Yeah.
Is this person that is always speaking like this, or is this person, funny, or those kind of things? And to be fair, there was a lot of people that normally wouldn't see stuff that saw it would go, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't see this anyway.
We're leaving out a couple of, you lower the drawbridge and everybody from the town with the pitchforks comes. We're leaving out a couple.
There's good townspeople that also,
that would walk up and go, I ain't never seen this woman in my life, but I got to tell y'all, I don't know what you're seeing wrong with this post. It's clearly meant in fun. I've looked back at her other stuff and she clearly has a great relationship with her children. What are y'all doing? Yes. Of course there were townspeople like that.
Even the header across the top of your page talking about your new book, Chicken Fried Women. This woman's a sicko. She's frying people.
Yeah.
That's about the level of.
And I want to make sure that if you're listening to this today, when I say townspeople, you're not thinking of Lufkin people. I actually don't see many Lufkin people even comment. I'm talking about that analogy of you're lowering the drawbridge and now all the townspeople with their pitchforks and the skulls can come into the castle.
Oh yeah. The townspeople are, New Jersey, Minnesota, Wales. I mean, they're all over it's all over the place.
So before we go to a break, I want to, because there's more to this. It goes a little bit deeper than you would even know. This is not just about comments. Although as of today, it's probably had almost 11,000. Now, if you look it up, you'll say to yourself, give me this camera. You'll say, no, I only see about 10.2 thousand comments. First of all, 10.2 thousand comments that is a viral post for just simply a back to school post. But we probably have closer to 11,000 comments, 800 of which we've had to completely erase because they were horrific. They talked about sexually horrific things. And here's where my blood boils. Rocco didn't read one of them. Rocco didn't even know. Rocco don't get on Facebook. Rocco don't care a hoot about what I post. Rocco is so stinking confident. He has been doing this with us since he was 7 years old. Rocco doesn't have a care in the world. He walks into a house where he knows he is loved. But Taylor didn't ask for that. And it blew her mind. And it scared her. And it bothered her. And it worried her. And she didn't understand. And she went from reading a post and going, why didn't she tell people that I'm smart? Why didn't she tell people that I love her dog and that me and Miss Melissa lay in her room at night and we just talk and we gossip with each other? Why didn't she put all that? She went from seeing it like that to, what do they mean, Miss Melissa? So we had to sit down over dinner and discuss incestuous comments to the children, which shouldn't have to be. It should never have to be. And that is the kind of moment that sometimes you will have when you decide to put your life online. They're not fun moments. They're grief-filled moments. I haven't taken down that post because I did nothing wrong. I haven't removed that post, nor will I. I did not do anything wrong. It is a silly, funny, satirical post, and I'm not removing it. Even though 95% of people in the Northeast really want me to, I'm not going to. I didn't do anything wrong. But I had to sit down with my kids and explain what was going on. Now, there's more I want to get to. It goes a little deeper and gets a little more interesting.
But first, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. The Radke Show is being brought to you today by Melissa's new book, Chicken Fried Women: Friendship, Kinship, and the Women Who Made Us This Way. This book is a love letter to the Southern women who raised Melissa, scolded Melissa, and taught her how to make gossip sound like a prayer request. It's her most hilarious book yet, and it's available right now wherever books are sold. All right, back to the show.
Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Not a super fun topic that we're talking about today, but it is necessary. We're going to talk about it in this podcast. We're going to get it all out and open, and we're never discussing it again. If you're confused as to what we're talking about, you're going to want to rewind from the very beginning of this show and take a listen to it up to this point. So the last thing that I told you was that we had to sit down at the table. I think that was a couple of nights ago. I made dinner. We grilled some chicken outside. We brought it in, made chicken sandwiches, and we made Taylor and Rocco sit down and we told them what was going on online. Taylor, of course, knew about it. She had been harassed about it repeatedly. Kids had heard from their parents and had looked it up online and went and asked her about it at school. Things like that. And so we had to discuss that with her, and we had to tell her, baby, we are in a business where people get to come to your office and scream at you. And there's not many businesses like that. And you could date a boy whose dad is like an insurance agent and whose mom works at the bank, and that would probably never happen. And that if that's a safer bet for you, we don't blame you. But in our business, people get to walk right up to where you work and scream obscenities at you. And she understood. And she listened and she shared her heart, and we listened to her, and it was a wonderful dinner and everything's great. But why did I mention the prayer? Why did I mention the days leading up to prayer? Well, if you remember, it was the prayer videos that first caused Facebook to change the algorithm on our behalf. When that post went viral and the people flooded in to tell me how terrible of a parent I was and how I was secretly in love with my son, which, by the way, I am, no secret. After they had done that, they had nowhere to go, so they started commenting on prayer videos. And the prayer videos got more traction than they even had to begin with. But when we would click on the profile pics of the people who were leaving comments on the prayer videos, we were stunned. Yeah, the profile pics we would click on for people who were leaving comments, incestuous comments. Yeah, it was pretty disheartening. It would be a woman named Pamela, right, from northern Minnesota, or it would be a guy named Earl from Arizona. And it was pretty disheartening. But the people that would leave comments on the prayer videos, that was new for us. That was black makeup. That was tattoos. That was
Lots of people holding swords.
So that was people whose bio would be like, I'll see you in hell. We're going to have a great time. It brought out a side of humanity that David and I, in our little bubble here in East Texas, don't see very often. And let me tell you something. They were not okay with me praying. You just thought they didn't like the back to school post. They really hated the prayer. And then I knew I was onto something. Yesterday, I have not even told you this. And I don't want to cry, but I probably will. In the middle of all of this going on, I'm in menopause, y'all. And I'm not doing great. And I had recently gotten off of some medicine that wasn't working. And so I am currently in the throes of menopause and I am on nothing. So I had an appointment with my doctor yesterday. Bless his sweet heart. When he came into the office where I was having a panic attack from these dadgum comments on this post and just how horrible they are. I was having a panic attack and he walked over to me and he was like, hey. Come on. He did not know why I was crying. He didn't know. He said, hey, this happens. I need you to breathe. I'm going to count to 10. You're going to breathe. I said, oh, a panic attack. I know you are. I know what a panic attack is. I'm a doctor. You're okay. Hey, get her some water. They got me some water. I want to take her blood pressure again, please. They took my blood pressure again. He said, it's sky high. I want you to calm down, Melissa. Look at me. I had to look him in the face. Finally, everything got worked out. The nurse left. I had the water. And he said, what is going on? And I said, well, I put up this post about back to school, and these people hated it, and they wrote terrible things, and they just keep coming in. The comments just keep coming in, and it's just so embarrassing. And he said this. Why do you keep putting yourself out there on social media? What are you doing it for? Is the money that good? I said, in a Word doc, no.
Well, I'd say the money's moderate.
I would say, remember that time that lady said, I want to order my Bible through you. Give me your Amazon link. And I was like, 7 cents, baby. No, it's not for the money. And he said to me, he looked me in the eye. He goes, you are having a panic attack over things that are happening on social media. Why do you do it? And David Vaughn, that quick, I went, because God called me to it. And he said, what? And I said, God called me to it. God has called me to this. My pastor, my best friend, him and his wife called me a social media missionary. Do you know how many missionaries in Africa want to come home because it's hard? I'm a social media missionary, and I'm getting it to do it from a recliner in an air-conditioned house. So I would say, actually, I have it pretty good. But God has called me to this. I can't run. I'm not going to tuck tail and run. I do this because I'm called to do it. And yeah, last night, I made the mistake of looking. I had been looking at comments. I didn't even think for a second I should look at the shares. So I actually went to Facebook and I hit the shares, and then it brings up who all has shared it and what they've said in their post about it. And y'all, there was this one girl, only person that I saw from Lufkin that had shared it. And she shared it and she said, this woman lives in my town. She is a nasty woman. This is not the first time she's gone viral for the wrong reasons. I'm pretty sure nobody in this town likes her. So that's always fun to read. And then she put this. Oh, and one more thing. My husband had to do some work at their house one time, and he left a tool up in their attic. And he immediately called them back and said, I left my tool up in their attic. And her husband said, not a problem. Stop by anytime and get it. But when he went by, they refused to answer the phone or open their door.
Because I love me some tools.
And Dad read it to David, and David goes, I'm an attorney. I wouldn't even know what to do with a tool. I mean, David, I love him. He's so wonderful, but he's not very good with tools. So we don't want your tools. But it's like that kind of thing.
And I also will say this. I don't even know who the person is. I'm so glad that you don't care for us. And I always say us because she's not in this alone. Her face is out there a whole lot more, but this is an us thing. But I'm so glad that you don't care for us. I'm so glad your friends don't care for us because we are not for you.
We're not for you.
And you are definitely not for us. But if you're so foolish that you don't think anyone thinks differently than you in this town or any other town, you're just not thinking very, very clearly. Because there's a vast, vast number of people in this town, as well as obviously across all platforms and locations that really, really enjoy what we do, from the humor as well as the heart of it. So, you know what? You keep talking to your people,
and we'll keep talking to ours.
And we'll keep talking to ours. And I will say this, because if you're still listening at this point, thank you, first of all. But you may sit there and be going, man, that makes me so mad. And, we've seen some of those online too. The people that go in and go, you know what? Nuh-uh. And
I'm going to defend the Radkes.
Yeah. And you know what? It's kind of hard because there is something nice about seeing that someone's standing up for you.
But it's not.
But at the end of the day, I'd probably encourage you not to do that either, because you're just opening yourself up to, I'm trying not to be too derogatory, you're just opening yourself up to ignorant people. And although we appreciate it, we've got a ton of emails from people saying, hey, we know who you are, we love you, appreciate you, all that kind of stuff, but don't open yourself to that. But what you can do to continue to help this, not just in this situation, but all the time, is don't be a passive viewer, don't be a passive listener. If you like something, then comment.
Tell them you like them.
Comment something. If you think something's really funny, hit the share button. If you think something is, man, that is powerful, that really hit my heart, then share it. That's the best way for you to not only help us, but anybody that you follow, get to the right people. Because again, the algorithm's ones and zeros.
That's right.
It doesn't know personality traits. It doesn't know, comedy traits. It doesn't know it doesn't know any of those things. And so the way that you can help is be active in comments and sharing and those kind of things.
I actually want to, as you know, we go to a break and then we come right back and we do something funny, and I'm very excited to do it with David today. But I want to end with two comments that we received. Yesterday morning, I woke up and the first thing I did was check my email, which is not like me. I normally do not do that. I'll turn on the news for a little while. I'll turn on Andy Griffith for a little while, just get my day going. And I like to do it kind of light and breezy. And, or Three's Company. I like to start my day with a little Three's Company. But instead, for whatever reason, it's probably this right here. God wanted this to happen. He wanted me to see it firsthand. He wanted me to know, girl, armor up every day, armor up. Put on the spiritual armor of God before you do anything. That was probably just God wanting to prove a point. But I did. I grabbed my phone and I opened up my email, and the first email I saw was from a man named Richard. I don't remember Richard's last name. I was too stunned to even remember it. He did not write anything except for good morning in the heading. So clearly I opened it up and it said, good morning. You are such a piece of shit. And then Richard had attached a picture of his SHIT. And that is what I sometimes get. Oh, but I also get these. Dear Melissa, fine. I will try it again. I don't want to. I don't want to try God again. But you talk about him so much. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you don't have a good experience, but all of your friends keep telling you how wonderful the food is. You'll try it again. So fine. I will give God one more chance. Why would I put more stock on Richard than on that right there? Why would I give Richard another thought when she's going to give God another chance? Because of something I did, because of something this idiot did. I am the most sarcastic, brutally flawed human in the world. But she said, I talked about him so good, she's going to give him another chance. My goal is to further the kingdom of God in the smallest, tiniest ways that I possibly can. And I will not stop. Even when they put the drawbridge down and everybody gets to storm the castle, I will not stop. From the moment I met this guy at school, at college, We knew we were called into ministry together, and we knew it was not going to be through pastoring a church, because he specifically said, our church will fail because of your mouth, Melissa. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
People are like, are y'all going is he going to be a pastor and you're a pastor's wife? No. I was not going to ever be able to be a politician's wife or a pastor's wife. This is our ministry, and we will not stop. When they take the drawbridge down, when they bring the drawbridge up, when the numbers are 636,000 or the numbers are just 36, it does not matter to us. We will not stop. Not because the Richards scare me, not because the Walmarts after dark scare me or the 7-Eleven people after dark scare me, but because we are on a mission to further the kingdom of God. And we're not doing it by keeping your tools up in our attic, okay? We are doing it by sharing small increments of the goodness and the faithfulness of God. And that's why I'm not taking that picture down of those kids on that first day of school. Go back and look at it and look at how beautiful they are and tell me God's not good.
And you know what? I'm so excited about the, 2,000 new followers that we have.
I think it's because of the dadgum prayers.
Well, and
that's so weird.
I can't tell. I can't tell in looking at that, but I know in this time frame we had about 2,000 new followers.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? If somebody followed you because of that post, and they were like, because there was a lot of those people too going, what are these people talking about? Then that's amazing. It kind of stinks the way it had to happen. But if those people are now, in our circle, then I'm excited. I'm excited about that.
And for that, I say, welcome. You're going to love it here.
Yeah.
We're not going to always do it right. We're going to mess up sometimes. That's for sure.
And I just say, we kind of have two mottos. They're basically the same thing.
Y'all, he's about to say something sarcastic. I can tell it in his voice before he says it.
Don't stop, won't stop. But the way we really like to say it around here is never stop. Never stopping. We'll be right back after this quick message.
Else I won't stop.
The Radke Show is being brought to you today by Melissa's new book, Chicken Fried Women: Friendship, Kinship, and the Women Who Made Us This Way. This book is a love letter to the Southern women who raised Melissa, scolded Melissa, and taught her how to make gossip sound like a prayer request. It's her most hilarious book yet, and it's available right now wherever books are sold. All right, back to the show.
Okay, I give full credit to Full M House. They are a couple on TikTok. I steal so much of their stuff, it's not even funny. I adore them. And I don't know if it's Fulm. It's F-U-L-L-M House. So it's like Full House, but there's an M in the middle. Full M House. So anyway, but
maybe it's Full Mother House.
Full.
Is this the couple that spit objects into each other's room? Okay.
I love them. Okay, so they did this the other day and they had me laughing so hard. This is an app that you can download on your phone if you want to do it with your loved one or any your friends. And it's called Reverse Audio is what it's called. It was free. So here's what you do. You hit the start recording, you sing the song, then it's going to play the song for you in reverse.
Okay. And
you're going to have to learn it the way it's doing it and then sing it back into here. And then we play it in reverse and we see what you sound like. For instance, I hit start recording. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Okay. And it, jingle bells. Okay. Now here it is in reverse.
That's old school backward masking right there.
That is some 80s. Let's see what Prince is really saying, everybody. Y'all, let's gather around before we burn our tapes. Okay, David, I'm going to play this for you again. You got to practice it, and then you've got to sing it in here.
I have to do the jingle bells?
In reverse.
Okay,
ready? You have to sing it.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Now we start recording you singing that.
Slibelnish.
Now we're going to play. I'm going to play it in reverse and it should sound like Jingle Bells.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
You sound like you're from another country. Okay. Pick a it has to be super easy song. Don't give me like 4 verses of a Tim McGraw.
Okay, which one? Okay.
Put it up and hit start.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
That's 1,400 words, David. Okay, here it is in reverse.
It is set the view. It is set the view.
David, I can't do that.
You gotta try. It is set the view. It is set the view. Sounds like an Italian aria I did in college.
Boy, be not sing you. Be not sing you. Be not. You're better. I thought you were going to do like Twinkle, Twinkle, David. Okay.
That wasn't even.
Not even close.
Okay, I got another one. We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
Give me that. Okay, David. No.
You gotta try it.
No.
Yeah, I think it's what we're new makers.
David, can I be honest? This is starting to scare me.
It's starting to feel creepy.
This is starting to scare me. Like this will play at night when I'm here by myself. Okay, David, we're gonna do it again, and you're gonna sing freaking "Happy Birthday." That's it. Happy birthday to you. That's it.
Okay. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, in reverse.
Will you get your pie? Will you get your pie?
Will you yet you're fat? I freak a sweet. David, I'm doing it again. I'm going to pick the song.
Okay,
you're killing me.
You're just mad because I did it great.
Okay, here we go. Swing low, sweet chariot.
You doing it or I'm doing it?
Oh, you're going to do it. Hold on. Got it?
No.
Okay, do it.
Snail race, no seas. That one?
Yeah.
What? What? Seashore Syrians. What is that?
If we ever go to another country, you got chariot now. Oh, Lord help us. Okay, you guys. Thank y'all so much for putting up with us today. This was a little bit of a deeper topic than we normally go.
If this is your first time to listen to us,
y'all,
first of all, I doubt you're listening at this
was
point.
The first of a 6-week series.
But if you want to listen to for a little while, listen again next week. I promise you'll have 2 amazing, heavy-hitting, hot comedy ha-has coming your way.
And there's nothing like hot comedy ha-has to come your way. Hey, y'all, also, would you please talk about this and share this? We want our little podcast that could to make a noise in the world. So make sure that you are subscribing so you don't miss anything. and make sure to give us 5 stars just because that's really nice. We love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. What?
I've got to go. The harvest is coming.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Radke Show. We're going to end now so that you can go and love on your people. Till next time.